First and foremost, let me, on behalf of the Ministry of Home Affairs and New Growth and the Belize Police Department, extend our sincerest condolences to the family of David Jimenez, who, as you would know by now, passed away this morning with COVID-like symptoms. We cannot at this time say that he was COVID positive because we're still awaiting the results. But from over the weekend, Mr. Jimenez began displaying symptoms of COVID. And based on that, he had gone to be swabbed on Sunday. Since then, he was told not to return to duty until the result of the swab has returned. And so he was off, and what we gathered from his common law is that he experienced some difficulty last night breathing, and so she had called for the ambulance to take him to the K.H.M.H. The ambulance arrived quickly thereafter. It was around 6 a.m. thereabout, and ferried Mr. Jimenez to the hospital. From what I was made to understand was that there was some issue at the hospital. I don't know if it has to do with their protocols, but there was seemingly some back and forth between the birth personnel who took the officer to the hospital and the people working at the hospital, where they had denied to accept the officer in the hospital because, from what I've been told by Mr. Steen, who works with Bert and who was the responding officer from Bert, was that the hospital were saying that it was a patient under investigation, and based on that they could not accept him in or something of that sort. That led to the officer staying in the ambulance for over 3 hours, not getting any sort of attention that he would have required, except for the birth personnel who were constantly doing what they could have with a view to have kept him breathing. And eventually the officer passed away.